like you to give a shout out on how can people reach you?
Well, you can reach me by going to doctorateoflife.com, doctorateoflif.com, or anyone can email me, richardlondon@usa.net. I don't live in a glass house, and I respond back to everyone. I believe when you have gifts, you cannot just give your gifts to special people. You have to give it to all who really feel that they deserve and they want to change their lives. One thing I wanted to say, Nina, is really important, is that in the world we live in today, there are solutions. See,
what are they?
Well, some of the solutions to life is, first of all, is stop being in the problem. If you're in the problem all the time, you can never find the solution. The other thing is, try to think less. Because believe it or not, the most intelligent people in the world, I never think about anything unless it's about ice cream, or candy, or cookies.
Like where you're at.
Yeah.
I'm going down your road.
Or sex, you know, things that really pleasure me, I think about. But 99% of the time, my mind is completely empty. And in that emptiness, you create. So we were told by our parents, you don't think enough. You don't do this, you don't do that. Is that all the answers are when you're not thinking. Because when you're thinking, you're clogging your mind with thoughts that block your creative beingness. Yes. So can someone be rich and create wealth in 2012? Absolutely. I have clients in third world country making hundreds of thousands of US dollars. And what makes them different? First of all, one of the ingredients in the world today is you have to have absolute integrity.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
If I say I'm going to do something, the only excuse is death. And that's the way I taught my daughter. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. You have to stay in integrity 100% of the time. And this is reason, and I'll tell you listeners, only 2.5% of all the major projects originating in most of the countries in the world with the companies like IBM are ever successfully completed. And they're not because the people lack the clarity, they lack the energy, they lack the solutions ability to bring projects to a successful end. So if they can't do it, why? People, you should ask this question. If the biggest companies in the world are suffering, that means not that it's okay that I'm suffering, but it just gives you the ability to know that you're at the same level as other people. Then you say, what is the solution to move me personally from that place? And the solution is passion. Whatever your listeners are most passionate about, write what you're most passionate about. And those are the areas that are going to bring you the greatest wealth, the greatest wellness, the greatest peace, the love. I'm passionate about seeing people be everything that they can be. And my passion gives me everything.
Yeah, yes. You know, it's funny you should bring up about, you know, the well-to-do people out there that have also, you know, they have their problems. I've always said the same thing. It doesn't matter whether you're making 100,000 a year or 10 million a year. You still have the same amount of problems. It's just different zeros and different degrees. That's all it is. I mean, for them not to be able to put food on their table, or for them not to be able to go in their Learjet, it's the same sort of feeling. That's the same situation, just a different degree and a different level. So what we've been going through for the last 4 years, I think everybody has gone through it. I mean, you can't tell me that a lot of these corporate companies haven't gone through it, because when one person loses a job, then another person loses a job, and it's like, you know, it's like Skittles. They all start falling. But so everybody goes through this. Is that correct, Doctor?
Yes, everyone goes through it. They could be suffering financially. They could be suffering in relationships. They could be suffering in health. They could be suffering mentally. Or they could suffer just in one area. They could suffer all areas simultaneously. But I want to tell you, listeners, failure is not an option in life. There's no reason for anyone to fail. And I'll explain, and something that's really important. If you are a better person than you were when you graduated high school, and if you have children and your children are better than you, guess what? You are a success in life. If you're a better person than you were when you were in high school, and if your children are better than you, and when I say better, they're making clearer decisions and so forth, you are a success in life. So if you're a success in life, where can you go? You can't go down. There's only one place to go,
Up.
and that's up. Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. So as fun, I was going to ask you about Amy's situation. Amy has two children, a boy and a girl. And how old are they now, Amy?
15, and my son is 15 and my daughter is 12.
Okay.
So they're in that sort of age of sort of teenagers and a lot of stuff going on. What advice would you give for Amy or for anybody out there with children in this day and age? It seems to be very awkward out there, or it's very hard for children to understand children.
Okay.
What would you...
Well, I'm glad you